All right, so Rico and I are at the airport and we're gonna show you some of my favorite stretches that you can do at the airport, whether you have back pain or neck pain or you just wanna get some stretching in because you wanna keep moving and it's good for you. All right, so Rico and I are at Newark Liberty International Airport. We're gonna do some stretches and basically just wanna give you some options if you're at the airport and either you have neck pain or back pain or hip pain or knee pain, or you just wanna stretch because you wanna get some movement in and you know it's good for you. First stretch, it's a T-spine stretch, and your T-spine is it's your upper back, all right? And people have poor T-spine posture when they're like this, which is a lot of people. You ideally want to be up here. If you just spent a long time sitting on the plane, or if you're going to be spending a long time sitting on the plane, it's good to do your best to get out of this and really focus on getting in a good posture. The most important part of this though, a lot of people, they overarch their lower back. And it's important to disassociate between your upper back and your lower back. Some people, they'll do this and think that they're getting good posture upper back. They're not. You don't want to do this. You actually want to be here and this. And I'll do it again. It's the difference between this and this. So when you're doing this stretch, you're going to get your hands on the table or anything. You can do it on a table, you could do it on a wall, you can do it anywhere. Really, it's a very easy to manipulate drill. Hands on the table, feet back, send your butt back to the wall behind you, and let your head sink in between your arms. And you just stay here. You hang out and you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. What I really want to clarify again is you do not want to do this. You do not want to come here and arch your lower back and look up like this. This is not good position. Here, back, keep your core braced nice and tight. Not too hard, but just enough so that you're not arching your lower back. And let your head fall in between your arms and get a big stretch and elongation through your upper back. So from there, you can hold it 20 or 30 seconds, or so sometimes you just hold that here if you want. Sometimes you can do reps of it. You can go back and forth, just progressively going a little bit deeper every time. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but it is just a good position to find yourself in and really easy to do, especially at the airport. Fucking love it. This guy's a king. Well done. All right, so this stretch is one of my all-time favorites, especially if you have lower back pain. All right, so this stretch is called an elevated pigeon stretch, and it's really good if you have any low back pain. Before I show you though, I just want to be really clear, don't jump into it and go really hard, really fast. Go nice and slow, breathe your way through it, because if you try and jump into stretching too quickly, especially if you're cold, that's when people have issues with it. So the elevated pigeon stretch, it looks like this. You put your leg up and we'll get several angles here. And from this position, you can just lean forward. My leg is flat here, and I try and make sure that my knee is pressed against the mat. That being said, if you're just starting out, your knee might be coming up, and that's okay. Just go as far as you can. So from here, that's where you are, and then you lean forward. And if it's a big stretch right there, for some people it will be a really big stretch, rather than going down and just holding it for a while, just go back and forth. Just work your way through a progressively bigger range of motion, just like this. Breathing in through your nose, and then exhaling on the way down. Back and forth. And it's a really great stretch. You'll feel it in your glutes, and a lot of times stretching your glutes will help loosen up your lower back. All right, so we're gonna do some neck stretches now, and I'm gonna do it sitting. The reason I like to do neck stretches sitting is because when you're standing, it's easier to rotate through your lower back or to rotate from the wrong areas. When you're sitting down, you're a little bit more stabilized and you have the ability just to focus on your neck. So when I'm here, the first stretch is just a rotational stretch. Nothing crazy. You don't have to crank it with your hand or anything else. Just literally, you're gonna be up and tall, starting with your neck centered.
May I have your attention, please?
Rotate to the left.
If any unknown person attempts to
and then you're gonna rotate to the right.
Including luggage to transport on your flight, do not accept.
Again, rotate to the left.
Notify airline personnel immediately.
And rotate to the right.
Luggage unattended. All carry-on and check.
The point here is not to crank the stretch. You're not trying to work the range of motion that you don't have. You just want to meet the point where you start to feel the tension build up and then come back to the other way. And over time, you'll build up a bigger range of motion. You don't want to crank your neck for obvious reasons, because that's when you could pull something, so nice and slow. And I like to exhale through my mouth as I come. Inhale on the other way, and then exhale as I go. And the way people might screw this up a little bit is if they're arching their lower back, or if as they rotate, they end up rotating their torso as well. So see, as I did that, I came here, I went like this, and then I rotated like that. That's a no-no. You want to keep your torso up tall like this, here, and as you rotate, your torso stays still. And then you go to the other side, all right? And from there, you can do either reps, you could do 5, 6, 7, 8 reps per side, or you can hold it. You can hold it like this for 10 seconds, and then come to the other side. Whatever you choose, again, go nice and slow, build up, and go from there. All right, so for the last stretch I'm gonna show you in this video, it's gonna do a pec stretch. And pec stretches are really important because a lot of times, like in the first stretch we showed you, where we do the upper back because we come here, when you do this, a lot of times your pecs get over tight and they pull you in. So you wanna stretch them so that not only if you do this stretch, it'll help get your back up tight, get your back up nice and in good posture, but also so you can do the pec stretch so it will help loosen these muscles as well. So it works synergistically. Really simple pec stretch. So you can go up to a wall, a door frame, really anything. You can put your arm on it just like this, step forward with the leg closest to the arm that's on the wall or the door frame, and just push through. And really, it's a light stretch. You do not have to go really far forward. There's no need to do that. That's a big mistake people make. You get your arm here, step forward, and just lightly come through, push forward, and you'll notice I'm not doing this. I'm not arching my lower back, and I'm not leaning forward here. All I'm doing is just lightly coming to about even with my arm and really focusing on getting this stretch here. It can help to get your arm up a little bit higher than your shoulder. If it's down here in the same line, sometimes you'll feel your shoulder more than your pec. So get up slightly higher, push through, and get a nice big stretch through here. And if you don't feel this, it can also help to add a neck stretch into it, sort of look to the side, and you'll get a bigger pull on your pec as well. So again, forearm on the wall, step forward, come through, turn, give that a shot. You can hold it for 15, 20, 30 seconds, or again, you can just do reps backward and forward just like this. And again, not arching your lower back. All right, so for the fifth and the last stretch, it's a favorite of mine because a lot of people talk about the benefits of a toe touch, and they do have benefits, but they also have a lot of drawbacks. Number one being, a lot of people can't touch their toes. And number two is, I think when you're just doing a toe touch, one of the major issues with it is you have to balance, right? You have to make sure you're not gonna fall over, and that takes away from some of the stretch that you can have. So what I like to do is, instead of just balancing and doing a toe touch, I come up to a chair, and then I grab the bottom of the chair, and I pull myself down. And the chair allows you to stabilize. So you're holding the chair, so it's stabilizing you, so you can focus on getting a bigger stretch here in your hamstrings. And if you want to get a stretch in your lower back too, really simple, you just round over and bring your head towards the chair. This is a really great stretch for the lower back, really great stretch for the hamstrings, and it doesn't matter if you can touch your toes or not, because all you have to do is grab underneath the chair and pull and pull and pull. Also, a lot of people who they can touch their toes and it doesn't feel like much of a stretch, you can use the chair to help you get deeper and deeper and deeper than you would otherwise. To make the stretch harder, you just keep your legs straighter, and then to make it easier, you keep more of a knee bend, and you do it based on how it feels for you. Don't try and go to your knees straight if you can't do your knees straight. In fact, I like to keep more of a soft bend in my knees because I get a bigger hamstring stretch and it's easier on my lower back as well. If you want to try and do it with your straight legs, you can, but I actually prefer more of a soft knee approach to pull down, hold here, breathe in and out for 10, 15, 20 seconds. It's a really great stretch. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when a new video comes out. And if you have any ideas for a favorite stretch you could do at the airport, a good way that you can get out of pain, keep moving, leave in the comment section below. Talk to you soon.